Hello, and welcome back to Log Finance, the podcast where we don't just follow the money, we explore the deeper questions about how we live, learn, and grow. Today, we're taking on a hot topic. Is your master's degree useless? Recent data paints a grim picture, suggesting that many master's programs don't provide the financial payoff students expect. But before you grab your pitchforks, let's take a step back and look at this from a broader perspective. Education, at its core, is about more than just boosting your paycheck. Yes, money matters. It helps us survive, thrive, and make sense of our investments. But education is also about personal growth. It's about feeding our aspirations, challenging our perspectives, and becoming the best version of ourselves. Today, we're going to unpack whether a master's degree is worth it, not just in terms of dollars and cents, but also in terms of its value to our lives and our dreams. Millions of people every year pursue master's degrees with the hope that the credential will set them apart in an increasingly competitive job market. In fact, in America, nearly 40% of workers with a bachelor's degree also have a postgraduate credential. And in the past decade, master's enrollment has risen by 9%, even as undergraduate numbers have dropped. It's a similar story in Britain, where master's programs have exploded, growing by 60% over the last 15 years. But here's the catch. While undergrad degrees often deliver clear financial benefits, the story for master's degrees is much murkier. Research shows that nearly 40% of master's programs in the US fail to provide graduates with any financial advantage. Or worse, they leave students financially worse off. In Britain, studies reveal that by their mid-30s, master's graduates often earn no more than their peers with just bachelor's degrees. These findings have led to a lot of hand-wringing and headlines about whether the entire postgraduate system is broken. But let's pause for a moment. Are we really measuring the true value of a master's degree if we only look at salaries? Sure, the financial return on investment is important, especially when you're taking on tens of thousands in student debt. But it's not the whole story. Education isn't just a financial transaction, it's an opportunity to deepen your knowledge, explore your passions, and find new paths in life. Think about those fields where financial returns are traditionally low: history, English, politics. Many people pursue advanced degrees in these areas not because they expect to get rich, but because they're passionate about the subject. They want to learn, grow, and contribute to society in ways that go beyond their paycheck. That's why it's crucial to understand your goals before diving into a postgraduate program. If your primary motivation is financial, you need to choose carefully. Research consistently shows that fields like computer science, engineering, and certain sciences tend to deliver strong financial returns. On the flip side, degrees in arts and humanities are more likely to appeal to those driven by passion rather than profit. Neither path is inherently better. It's about aligning your choices with what matters most to you. It's also worth noting that women often see better financial outcomes from master's degrees than men. In Britain, for example, women benefit from increased earnings in 14 out of 31 subject areas, compared to just 6 for men. Why? Partly because advanced degrees can help women stay in the workforce longer and negotiate better opportunities, particularly when balancing family commitments. Still, the financial realities of postgraduate education can't be ignored. Tuition fees for master's programs have soared in recent years. In the US, The median borrower now racks up around $50,000 in debt for a second degree. In Britain, fees have risen by 70% in the past decade. These costs are often justified by the assumption that a master's degree will guarantee higher earnings. But as we've seen, that's not always the case. And this raises bigger questions about how we finance higher education. Should governments continue to offer generous loans for programs with poor financial outcomes? Should universities be held accountable for the value or lack thereof that their programs deliver? These are debates we need to have as a society. But as we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with a bigger takeaway. The value of education isn't just about what it adds to your bank account, it's about what it adds to your life. Yes, be smart about your choices. Research your options, weigh the costs, and make sure you understand what you're signing up for. But also remember that education is an investment in yourself. It's a chance to grow, to dream, and to push the boundaries of what you thought was possible. So, is your master's degree useless? It depends on how you define useful. If you're only looking at the financial numbers, some programs might not make the cut. But if you're looking at the bigger picture, at who you become in the process, then the value of education goes far beyond dollars and cents. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Log Finance. If you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might need to hear this. Until next time, remember, your worth isn't defined by your paycheck. Stay curious, stay inspired, and keep learning.